How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its Planets of the Discount sale as well as its Games Under $15 sale. We're going to be highlighting the deals under the price of $5. So, some super cheap stuff if you've got a couple of extra bucks in your store wallet. Now, we will be including Plus Extra titles, so with that being said, let's get right into it, and let's start things off with a Plus Extra game, and that is Yakuza 0. If you are looking to get into the Yakuza franchise, this is the perfect starting point. It is a prequel to the very first Yakuza title, offers a very over-the-top story, over-the-top gameplay moments, but also a bit of variety and comedic moments as well. The narrative in Yakuza is really good the whole way through. I know that there's a lot of people that are now seemingly getting into Yakuza just because we had that event where so many new games were announced, and it seems like the buzz for the franchise and RGG as a whole is at a fever pitch, so that's really cool to see, and $4.99 for Yakuza 0 is a tremendous deal. It's a game that you're going to get quite a bit of content out of as well. So definitely check it out at this price point, definitely a good buy, and then you can work your way through the rest of the Yakuza titles. Bear in mind that a lot of those games are available on Plus Extra, so you can check them out that way. Alright, moving on from that, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, 84% off for $4.79. This is like the new low price that this game is hitting regularly, so if you don't pick it up right now, while it is an awesome deal, it's probably going to be at this price again very shortly. Very, very good action RPG here that's also very challenging and does have some dated elements to it, given that this game initially came out, I want to say, back in early 2012, so we're talking, you know, over a decade old at this point. This Dark Arisen version has the expansion and everything like that, and this was a game that really did suffer from a lot of technical issues on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, forgetting what generation we're talking about here. PS3 and 360 is when the initial game came out, but this version, a lot better. On the PS4, the handcuffs really come off, and if you're a fan of challenging action RPGs, I think Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is going to be one you're going to really enjoy. Speaking of RPGs, but of a very different kind of JRPG that I gotta recommend, .hack GU Last Recode is 90% off for $4.99. This is just a stupid good deal. To give you guys an idea of how good the value is in this game, in these games, back when .hack GU was coming out, so they segmented these games into 3 separate games. That was kind of like the .hack gimmick, aka how they wanted your money, but nonetheless, each volume was like $40 to $50, and I remember paying that for each game as it came out. With this, you get all 3 of the .hack GU games, you get a 4th smaller episode on top of that, and you are literally paying, like, what would it be, like, I guess like 2% or 3% of the initial cost if you had bought all those games new back in the day. I mean, these are the benefits of waiting 15 years to buy a game. You get them in a collection, upgraded visuals, and at a fraction of the cost. But nonetheless, .hack GU is quite good. The combat is pretty good, albeit a bit repetitive at times, but you're getting into this game from a narrative standpoint, and I think the narrative is quite strong. There's some pacing issues here and there that I can, you know, get meticulous about, but overall, I would say the overarching narrative is quite strong, and Haseo is a pretty good main character as well. I know some people might find him a little bit grating, especially at first, but I think his, like, overall evolution throughout the games is done pretty well. So $4.99, I think that's a pretty good pickup. Next up, we have Metro 2033 Redux. So this is just Metro 2033. However, it's 85% off for $2.99. This is a banger of a deal. I highly recommend this. If you're just getting into Metro, this is the game you start off with. 2033 is an incredibly atmospheric first-person shooter, and the gameplay, you know, isn't gonna blow you away, but it's a fairly solid first-person shooter, all things considered, but narratively, it's quite strong, and for $2.99, I think this is a great buy. Last Light, I'm sure you can get it right around this price point as well, so, you know, eventually get to Last Light, get to Exodus. All 3 games are quite good and are gonna be well worth your time and very little money. Next up, we have LIMBO, which is 75% off for $2.49. I feel like at this point, everybody and their mother has played LIMBO, but for whatever reason, if you haven't, or maybe you haven't checked it out on PS4, you played it years ago on the 360, whatever the case may be, $2.49 for LIMBO is an awesome deal, a very aesthetic, darker platformer that I think is quite good. Narratively, it's pretty interesting as well in terms of how you interpret it, but yeah, for $2.49, great pickup. On the shorter side, of course, but still a solid pickup. If you have not checked out Inside, Playdead's other title, that is available in a bundle with Limbo for $5.59. I would highly recommend you to get that. Great pickup there, so solid recommendation all around for Limbo, or if you want the Limbo Inside double pack. Next up, let's go for a 2-for-1. Need for Speed Heat, 95% off for $349. This is the Deluxe Edition. And then we also have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, 90% off for $399. Now, Need for Speed Heat is the PlayStation Plus Essential game. So that's baseline PS Plus tier. I assume most of you guys have that. But, yeah, if you don't, or if you just want to have the game to own, $349 for NFS Heat. Deluxe Edition is a ridiculous deal. This game came out back in 2019. You're getting the base game. You're getting some additional content that, you know, by and large, it's not gonna blow you away or anything, but you're still getting some additional stuff. Yeah, $349 is ridiculous. So, and Heat is actually a pretty underrated Need for Speed game. I know it's the cool thing to crap on all the Need for Speed titles, but I thought Heat was pretty decent. Is it $60 decent? No, but for $349, hell yeah, that's a good price. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered was the last Need for Speed title that I really enjoyed. I'm talking about the original Hot Pursuit, like back in 2010. This remaster isn't anything to write home about, but the game itself is still pretty good. If you're a fan of arcade racers, $399 for Hot Pursuit. I think this is a great buy, so check that out as well. Definitely worth a shout there. Next up, we have The Evil Within, 75% off for $4.99. I personally don't think The Evil Within 1 is as strong as The Evil Within 2. A lot of people disagree with me on that, so, you know, your mileage may vary. Play both of them. Evil Within 1 is a good time as well. If you're into survival horror games, you're gonna enjoy it quite a bit, so definitely check it out. Atmospheric game as well. Solid narrative, and for $4.99, I think it's a great buy, so definitely worth your money there. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, 75% off for $4.99. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a game that I think most people would agree was like a grandiose disappointment just because people had sky-high expectations, as did I. I loved Mirror's Edge, the original, back in 2008. Catalyst, I feel like, tries to get a little bit too creative, a little bit too ambitious. Like, if we just had a similar style contained experience like the 08 Mirror's Edge, I think it would have served Mirror's Edge as a whole so much better. Catalyst is still a good game, though. Visually, it still holds up quite nicely, and the gameplay still has a lot of things to like. Is it as good as Mirror's Edge 08? Probably not, but for $4.99, I still think it's a decent game, and you don't have to have knowledge of the 08 title to play Catalyst. You can enjoy it just fine. $4.99 is a good buy, though. Is available with EA Play, as are the Need for Speed games. Alright, next up we have Rayman Legends, 75% off for $4.99, available with Plus Extra. Tremendous platformer. I talk about this game quite often, but it deserves the recognition, the, you know, just the praise of being an excellent platformer. It got praise from critics. I think it got 9 and 9.5 out of 10, like, everywhere. It's just a really well-made platformer, has some challenging elements to it, but a good bit of content, really accessible to any age range, but also not too easy, where I think everybody can really have a good time with it. Rayman's just a good time, man, and as far as platformers go, if you want a quality one on PlayStation, like, you're not getting Mario on PlayStation, but Rayman is a damn good platformer to enjoy. Obviously, there's other good platformers outside of Rayman, but nonetheless, $4.99 for Rayman Legends, a great buy here. Next up, we have Alienation, which is 75% off for $4.99, also available through PlayStation Plus Extra. This is a game done by Housemarque, which obviously at this point, if you're a PlayStation fan, you probably know quite well for their work on Returnal, but Alienation is a darn good game as well. Features a lot of those fundamentals that Housemarque is known for: over-the-top action gameplay, great particle effects. Like, that's like a tried and true element of Housemarque titles. You just got these great particle effects, and Alienation is no different. Over-the-top twin-stick shooting gameplay, $4.99 is a good buy. You've got multiplayer if you do want to go with that. Available on Plus Extra if you do want to check it out that way. Do want to give a shout to Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, which is 85% off for $2.99. It's Saints Row, probably, you know, I should say it's Saints Row, because Saints Row quite does not have the appeal it once had after the most recent outing. Yikes. But Saints Row 4, I mean, for $3, it's an over-the-top, zany, open-world game. I know people like to make its comparisons to Grand Theft Auto. Do not expect something like that. It is so wacky, so goofy at times, but that's kind of the charm of Saints Row. Maybe it, you know, lasted a little too long with the over-the-top nature with Saints Row 4, and I understood why they wanted to do a reboot. I was all down for a reboot, but, yeah, not in the sense of how the new game turned out. And even that game, very wacky, very goofy as well. But nonetheless, $3 for Re-Elected. Quite good in my opinion, so check that out. And lastly, we have Hotline Miami Collection, which is $3.99 if you are a Plus Essential subscriber, $5.99 otherwise. Fantastic deal on both Hotline Miami titles, Hotline Miami 1 and 2. Pretty sure the majority of you guys are well aware of what these games entail, but they are over the top. They are definitely very gruesome and visceral, so probably not, you know, for your kid or something like that, but if you're trying to enjoy a throwback retro-style action game, Hotline Miami's a ton of fun, and yeah, there are games you can honestly go back to just from the fun factor, and definitely enjoyable titles, and both of them for $4 is a great buy. Even the $6 price tag for non-Plus subscribers, that's pretty decent as well. That is going to do it for me. Again, a ton of great deals under the price of $5. We'll get to under 10 in a future video. Links to all of these deals in the description box below. But that's going to do it for me. Let us know. Are you picking any of these games up? Are you picking anything else up? Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, if you don't pick anything up from this sale, you guys know how it works. There's going to be a billion other sales in the coming weeks and especially the coming months. But again, let us know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.